Good evening, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. Tonight marks the fifth night of protests across the valley after a violent first 3 days. Last night was peaceful.
Several gatherings are planned for tonight, and the biggest is in downtown Phoenix once again. Team 12's Bianca Bono is live tonight with the protesters. And Bianca, what's the tone out there right now?
Well, Mark, so far it's very similar to what we saw yesterday and what we've been seeing for the past several nights. Right now we're outside City Hall. The protest is set to start right now at 5 o'clock. But before this, we've already seen a few hundred people gathering. Just goes to show you that there are no signs of slowing down. And this group of people still want their voices to be heard. Last night, I'll tell you that that the protest ended just around 8 o'clock, right when that curfew hit. That's because we've been hearing from organizers that you can't protest if you're in jail. And of course, on Sunday night, the first night of that curfew, we saw more than 100 people get arrested in violation of the curfew. So that is certainly not the goal here. So again, right now you're looking at hundreds of people starting to gather outside City Hall for what is now the sixth night of protest. And the commotion that you're hearing there, by the way, somebody just threw some water into the crowd and somebody said, please stop, we're going to stay peaceful. And now you're watching someone say either get out or stay peaceful. So again, it is not lost on those who are gathering here that it needs to stay peaceful. Otherwise, there's a concern that the message could be lost. I want to show you some of the signs that are being handed out. Right here, if you look at this sign here, Nick, you see Justice for George Floyd. Somebody was actually handing these out to those in the crowd. And they're also handing out very similar signs. If we could actually show this one here, it says Justice for Dion Johnson. Dion Johnson is a Phoenix man. He was killed on Monday, the same day that we lost George Floyd. He's a Phoenix man, he's 28 years old, and he was killed by a DPS trooper. So not only are you seeing people coming out here in support of George Floyd and his family, but also for Dion Johnson and his family. So guys, we'll be here obviously throughout the rest of the night following this peaceful group of protesters. They'll start marching at about 5:30, so we'll check in with you a little bit later on this evening, guys.
Okay, Bianca, thanks.